So I'm gonna do the cleanse that you're recommending and maybe you might have a link or whatever that for me
I
to go ahead and get it. I think you said it was $85 for the day or something like that.
was 48. So not, I mean,
Oh
it's
my
a
gosh, that's so
it
cheap.
juices for one full day and it's $48. So I don't know. I mean, there's tons of great options out there. I don't,
It,
I'm not,
is it local? The
yeah,
company?
it's
Okay,
called Root Valley Press and it's inside Bravo Farms.
all right.
So
So we can just
it's
walk right in there.
go in there. But I think for these, since it's so much juicing, you have to give her a heads up. So send her a message. And she was awesome. Like I said, this is my first time trying it. I messaged her, hey, I want to do a cleanse. She's like, boop, you need all this and come in on such and such day. And I just picked it up. It was so easy. So
Cool. I'll
yeah,
call them. What was her name again?
I don't even know. I'll send
Okay,
you
I'll
it
just call. They'll know.
all
They'll.
actually. The whole thing was through Messenger. So I'll send you that. But
Perfect.
yeah, I think it's like 5 servings a day of fruits and vegetables. Like I can't even get that in. So if you think of it that way, the protein's in,
Mhm.
you're drinking it. I can never get all my fruits and vegetables in. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
So to drink is much easier.
Yeah, and especially with what we're going through, our kitchen is completely ripped out, and they decided they needed to rip the ceiling out too.
Oh,
And like we've got nothing. So to go through this challenge was a hell of a challenge for me. But what I didn't say before we recorded too, like I said, Brandon, and she's been watching the recordings. She also does Arbonne. I know they offer a cleanse too, but there's lots of them out there. I'm going to study more as we go and see if this is beneficial. It's just a little bit of an experiment on my part to see what happens, but it's fun. Like our health and fitness and going for these things and trying these new things, I think it should be. And that's what Ashley and I were kind of talking about as we got started, is that if we can't shift it over to the place that we love it and it's fun, it's not going to stick around for long. We're going to figure out how to procrastinate and hold it off. I wanted to share my results, if y'all don't mind, because I was leading this thing. So
geez,
all
you're
yeah,
gonna. Yeah, I think you set it up so you could win.
no, that's it. Like you think like, oh, okay, he's gonna be like this thing, like he nailed it, right? No, I didn't. I actually, so my end goal is that I don't really want to be any thinner. Like that was something when I was a kid that when I first started working out, my biggest thing was that I was so skinny, I was skin and bones. And so that's not really my goal. My goal has always been to maintain muscle, which is it's always been a challenge for me. That's the thing that I'm faced with. So my end goal is to actually maintain like 180 pounds and then just become more and more fit at that level, leaner. That's the whole big picture goal for me in 2022. But to look at this, I'll tell you, I was on a weight loss. I wanted to lose fat, let's call it that. And I'll tell you exactly what I did. So I started off with a hip measurement of 39 and a half. And by the way, I've shared this with Shauna. I'll share it with you guys. Don't, go to like my measurements, because I literally am a small boned guy. When I'm very lean, I have like a very small waist. So when I'm carrying fat, like I'm fooling people. They're like, oh, he's thin. No, I have a thin waist to start with, and I can put some fat there, and I know what's going on. I never like it. So when my waist is thin, it's around the 29-30 mark.
Jeez.
I know, but that's just the way I was built. Funny enough, like you said, there's no good or bad. Like I was always walking around as a kid wanting to be like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like, what the heck's wrong with me? It's whatever somebody you're going after and you feel like you're getting it. That's the definition of success. That's all that matters, and you are
Okay.
the unique, beautiful version of you. Period. Like, and I have to learn to accept that about myself too, and I had to learn to accept that. So anyway, blah blah blah. Enough of that. At the navel, I was 34.5. At the hips, I was 39.5 and I weighed 181 pounds. My pinch, which I went ahead and decided to do because my toughest spot is that midsection. So it's just right outside of your belly button. You can pinch vertical or horizontal if you ever want to do that. You don't have to do body fat fully if you want. You can pinch an area that's a challenge area for you. Like my wife, Jen, her thighs are the last area that really like would lean down for her. So I would encourage her to say, hey, pinch that and keep an eye on that and see that progress there. It's just to give you a clue as to what's really going on. It smooths you out on your days too. You know, it feels like a bad day. Well, you can go back to the hard data and go, well, you know, that says the facts right there. I'm getting better. So with that being said, I went down to 175 pounds. I only lost 6 pounds. My waist went to a 33. My hips went to a 37 and a half. And my pinch went to 18 millimeters. So from 34 and a half at the navel to, I lost an inch and a half there. And then from 39 and a half at the hips, I went to 37 and a half. So there's another 2 inches right there. And then I lost, that's a good loss right there. I lost 9 millimeters at the navel, at the pinch, which told me that I did drop body fat. And I really have felt it in a lot of other areas. But it was only overall a 6 pound loss. That's all. So that's a pound a week. That's all that I did.
That's awesome.
Thank you. I can't tell you how happy I am with my fitness. I'll be 47 next week. And just by monitoring my meal plan with the macros and making sure I was getting enough protein and nutrients in, my goodness, has my energy gone up and I've been able to perform at levels that I didn't think. I was buying into the idea that people were like, oh, you can't do these things at a certain age. I started to hear that people really wanted to show up to show me that as a trainer, like, you got to stop, you know, doing what you're doing. It's not true. Just by monitoring this stuff, there's nothing that we can't do. I've gone back to doing, you know, pull-ups. Was something that I didn't really care for now. And I'm doing them in sets of like 18 to 20 per set. And that was something I haven't done since my mid 20s, you know, or early 20s. So those types of things, those wins, I'm so thankful for it. That's pretty much all I wanted to share.
That's good. That's awesome.
That's amazing.
About
Thank
it.
you.
Good job.
Thank you. And I know you and your husband got phenomenal results.
We did good, you know.
Yeah.
I know I measured myself. He didn't measure himself, but that doesn't matter to him. But he actually dropped fat too. He lost weight. And I lost an inch at my belly button and an inch at my hips. And my scale number dropped a little bit, but not much, like you're saying, you know. So I'm still like shocked because I've never done a high protein type of thing. I know I've said this before, but yeah, that's completely new to me. It was always like, just restrict your calories, more cardio, don't eat bread, you know.
Mhm.
So this really having to eat the calories, you know, and get high in protein was new to me. And lo and behold, it worked. Like, that's just awesome, you know.
Yeah.
And I feel good about it. And it makes me want to make better choices anyways, you know. So I was like, oh, cool, fun.
Awesome. You know, in the recomposition too of it is all like you're changing, you know, your muscle and your fat are kind of just changing directions, both of them. Then you don't see that big deal on the scale. I actually think it's a win, but we've been so programmed to think that,
Right.
well, if that scale doesn't do something, then I'm not doing well, you know?
Well, yeah, I always fight the scale number, you know. It's like,
Yeah.
especially us as women, I know we do it and I do it bad, but so yeah, pretty cool.
Awesome. Awesome. It's been fun to go through that process with you.
Yeah,
Ashley, you mind if I ask you, like, how did things go? I know you're a very busy person in the financial world and everything that you do. How did the things go for you and your challenge?
So to start off, I really just wanted to drop some weight because I was getting to the point where I was snacking all the time. I was putting on weight. I'm like, okay, this is not healthy. I haven't quite gone exercising to the degree that I would like to, but I've dropped about 6 pounds just watching my calories. I did download that macros app, so watching my carbs, my proteins, my fats, and I didn't ever realize how much you actually really have to eat and what types of food you had to eat to get those requirements in. So that definitely helped my mindset. And it's like, okay, stop eating the snack food, stop eating the junk food, get a little bit healthier. And I've actually been doing really good about eggs, and I've started implementing the oatmeal in the mornings. And I'm finding I'm hungrier in the mornings, where before I rarely ever ate breakfast. So I'd overeat in the afternoons or in the evenings. So it's definitely balanced out my appetite a lot as well. So I've been very happy with it. I didn't do any measurements or anything like that, so I wasn't keeping track of that. I was just happy to see the pounds come off on the scale, which made me very happy.
That's
Awesome.
awesome. Good
Yeah,
job.
you measured, from the scale, and that's cool. So I'm playing with this area because I fasted. Did you know I talk about fasting?
I think
Like, I
so.
know it does something, but I also know the other thing is just exactly what you said. Like, if you don't eat in the morning, like, it almost like pounces on your head in the evening. And if you don't have any food like that's healthy prepared, you're so dead in the water at that point. Like, the chips are
Yes.
getting attacked and everything's getting, whatever's. So, it's like I think about pushing like healthier, if you've got the healthy part of it down into a fast, but sometimes I play with it like, I don't know. Like, maybe fasting is just better for a moment for a person to heal their gastrointestinal, because I know it has positive effects that way. It really had a good effect on me that way, but it also pushed me into an area where I did exactly what you said. I ate kind of bad foods at that time because I was voraciously hungry.
Yes, I've been there too.
Ashley, how many times did you look at your macros app and go, holy crap, I'm way behind on my calories?
Quite a few times, actually. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, what? Okay, where's the recipe book that I can kind of increase some of these quickly?
Yes, I know Shauna did
Yeah.
that. She told me that too. And then Jennifer, my wife, does it too.
Mm.
Like, it's very constant with her. And so she's kind of breaking some of the rules, is to eat like more in the evening, just try to get that protein level up and try to get,
Yeah.
whatever she's looking at,
Mhm.
where she's at. So
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Guilty. I did that too.
Mhm.
Get it in, cram it in.
I'm like, okay, it's before 7 o'clock. I can get it in, and then I don't have to eat anything for the rest of the night.
Right.
Ashley, are you here until you're in Visalia, huh?
Yeah, I'm here in Visalia.
Okay. Well, what Shauna had said is that was Bravo Farms, and that's Bravo and Tulare, Shauna?
Yep. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah. Bravo and Tulare. And like I said, I did the whole thing through Instagram, and I've never tried it from them before. Like, I don't know them or anything. I just follow them on social media, and I like doing cleanses. So I'm going to try this one.
Yeah.
And it's a good thing, especially, Ashley has her numbers dropping on the scale. This will help you too. It really cleans out your gut. They say we carry like 5 pounds just in our gut.
Yeah.
So you might like it. It start with a 1 day thing and see. I think
Yeah.
they have power in the small punch.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that especially for if I were to say that, to categorize women, like, like you said, when you lose a bulk that way, it shrinks your midsection too. And women
Yeah.
always really like that. And
Well,
then
and it keeps
again,
you going. Yeah. When your
yeah,
numbers start moving, you want to keep going for sure.
yeah.
So I don't know.
So
We're going to try it.
perfect. I'm so thankful that you did that, and that you sent me the picture, and I can show that in the group too, to say that
Yeah.
that's
Show it
what
in the
we're
group.
doing.
That'll be
And
easier.
maybe to post, the contact, Bravo will have to let them know that, maybe people might be coming.
Right.
But so here's the thing, is going through this process, the big idea for 2022 is when we do something, we take action, we're changing things in our life. Well, first off, it's always going to be uncomfortable, expect it, that's fine. It will be uncomfortable until it becomes a habit. And once it becomes a habit, you just automatically get the results. That's always the key for what we're doing. But how do we keep doing it so that it gets the time to become the habit? Well, once you've taken your action, you've gone through your 6 weeks, you have 2 questions to ask yourself. Is like, what did I do well? And what do I want to improve on? That's all. It's not about like shaming and bad, which is just programming again. Like we were talking about, it's time to let all that stuff go, because that's the stuff, it's a strong feeling. It's going to lead us back to a place where we're going to get more opportunities to shame and feel bad about ourselves, which is just results that we don't want. So we let all that type of stuff go. We asked those 2 questions. You took your action. What did I do well? What do I want to do better? And then what you want to do better. Do you guys remember the wheel? Because I'm happy to, as a matter of fact, I will just do it. I'll pull it up in my drive and pull up lesson 5 really fast. It's the thinking into results lesson, which is the program that, during this time too, my mentor, Bob Proctor, he passed away. But it's interesting. We started this challenge. He was alive and he passed away. He's 87. He's about to be 88. But this was the whole concept of thinking into results. The big idea is most people do results into thinking. So I'm going to share this really fast. That way we get the idea as we go into this cleanse, and then we go into our next 6 weeks. We're just going to go for it. We're going now. This next 6 weeks is going to be all about spring. It's getting warmer outside. So who doesn't want to make their body look better now? We went from the New Year's resolution, like we're going to change ourselves. Now we're going to take it into the next space and getting involved in that vision. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, we can see it.
Cool. So I showed you guys this one. This is the thinking into results module 5. Really, it comes down to this. Once we ask those questions, what did I do well? Good. Love it. Feel it. Understand that's you. You did a good job. And then what do you want to do better? If we go to old thinking that says, hey, I feel bad about this, like, oh yeah, I only lost 6 pounds. I should have lost 12. I'm not doing good enough. I'm not a good weight loser, or, my exercise wasn't enough exercise. I didn't do well. Present results dictate our thoughts. That's what we're thinking with that, which causes feelings. Once you get emotionally involved with that, which cause you to take actions that are in harmony with that. And not only that, bigger than that, it's causing all that stuff to happen out in the world that we don't know. The little stuff that you can't see in between the magnets, like those forces, we call them attraction. It's totally working for you 24/7 when you're feeling that way, or 24/7 if you're feeling that 24/7. Whatever you're feeling that way is causing those things that you don't want to come into your life. So you're going to get more of that, and it's repulsing all of the things that you do want. So we don't do that anymore. That's like thinking like the masses. As I had said to Ashley, 96% of the wealth is held by 1% of the population. Well, it's also true that a very small percentage of the population holds all the fitness results. Most people don't get the fitness results they want because of this, because they don't understand this process. This is results into thinking. It's backwards. Your results will always have control of you. They don't need to have control of you. Doesn't matter what you've done in the past, because you have the ability to think anything that you want. Nobody, no thing can make you think something that you don't want to think. You really can just say, I'm going to block that thing out. And like I said, if my wife was coming in here and she was yelling at me right now, I could think about like, hey, this orange is really pretty and I can't wait to eat it here in a little bit. We have that ability. That's our conscious mind, and it can only have one thought at a time. And you get to choose what it is. What a gift. What do I want to improve? Thinking about that first. What does it feel like to have that 6 weeks from now, 7 weeks from now? Because we're going to go through the cleanse and then we're going to go through the next 6 weeks. What do I want my results to be? What does that feel like to have those already? Those new thoughts and ideas cause new feelings, which automatically cause new actions. When you do new actions out into the world, it's all cause and effect. Action, reaction. So now you're doing a new action, you're going to get a new reaction, which means new results for you. And that's all we're doing from here on out. We're processing those results from the point of view, what's good about this? What did I do good? What's good about it? And what do I want to improve? What do I want to see get better? What does it feel like to have that better result already? And then you're back into this place of thinking like that 1%, those people that get the results, the fitness results that most of the world don't get. And you notice this is not about doing a particular type of exercise. This is not about eating a particular way. This is about how you think and feel, what really controls your life. You can use it for anything, but using it for your fitness results throughout the remainder of 2022, you're going to find that you can produce anything that you want that way. And it also becomes a journey that becomes, it's curious, it's fun. It's more like it was when you were a kid. You're surprised and grateful for the things that show up. But so long as you do this, you're going to get the results that you want. That's the big idea. That's all the coaching that I really wanted to share at the end of this with you all. Any questions about that? So, Shauna, if you're talking, you're on mute. I don't know. My biggest goal as a coach to get better is to present my material simpler and simpler, and it goes right to the heart. And I love feedback that way. If you can tell me how I can share a little bit better, something that resonates a little bit better, or whatever, comes to mind with you guys, in ways that I can share this information better, because it's near and dear to me. It means everything for as many people in the world to get this information. Is just a means of making the world a better place. Well, all right then. With that being said, the magic word for watching this is cleanse, and we'll draw it to an end. Maybe I had a Wi-Fi connection issue. You guys still there?
We're still here.
There you are. Okay. Did you have any questions at all?
No, no questions. Thank you. You did an amazing job.
Thank you, Ashley. Does that stuff resonate? Does it make sense? Can I share it better?
Actually, you've kept it very simple and straightforward and very easy to follow and understand. So I don't really know if there's much that I would change on it at this point.
In the world of finances, you have your data, you have the hard numbers in front of you. And a lot of people don't put much weight into how you feel about that, though, what that matters. And when a person feels as though they don't have the money, that just constantly gets that same result in their life over and over and over again. And it seems strange to offer that advice, is to say, well, what does it feel like when you have all the money that you need? And then feel that regularly, because that'll have a profound impact on your life. That'll have a profound impact on what you see, how you see your world, how you take it in, how you spend your money. It's all the same thing. And then therefore people can have more of a control over that. Not so much from the hard data. The hard data becomes the antenna where they're getting the results that they've been thinking and feeling something on a regular enough basis. The goal is to get them to do that enough so that that becomes a habit, and then their finances begin to reflect that. And of course, all of the moves that they need to make, like with somebody like you who's schooled in it and can guide us, they start to become more natural. They don't feel like such a unnatural thing to do, as we spoke about.
Takes a weight off of their shoulders once they actually get into the flow of what they should be doing and actually seeing those results.
Yeah.
It's an amazing thing.
Yeah. What does it feel like to be having that? That's exactly it. What is like right now, that weight off your shoulders? Like, what does it feel like to have your finances exactly the way that you want? That's such an important thing. It's so easy to get lost in the data of it, of what people need to do, and kind of forget that part of it, to teach people that, hey, start feeling that now, because that's what's going to bring that to you faster. And Shauna?
Yes, I'm here. I'm babysitting today. So we're on and
Awesome.
off here.
So you're emotionally involved with, you know, what's coming for spring. You've been working and working, you know, at your fitness. You're so consistent. Uh, Real quick backstory on Shauna is a little over like, what, a year and a half ago?
Yeah,
Um,
a year.
not, not like, not like an exercise habit for you that was happening then, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And you've produced a habit where you always exercise at least twice a week, serious
At
exercise too.
least twice a week. Yeah. And that's awesome. That's good enough, and it does it. And just working out makes your brain happy and you makes you happy. And it's just awesome. Pretty
Awesome.
cool.
Well, if this served you, you guys, on the next 6-week challenge, pass the message along. Bring anybody along, and you know, like if you like the idea, somebody that you think would mix well with this and the way that I share the message, and you know, we're not in this shaming stance or anything like that. We're in this stance where we're just digging into our mind and finding out how to use it in the way to get the things that we want. And with the challenge, it's going to be with our health and fitness. Please pass it along and pass along our group, our private Facebook group, M3. Have them come join because we'd love to have them. We'd love to walk on that journey with people.
Okay.
All right.
All right, I'll post the stuff and on the cleanse in the group.
Yes, please do. I'm going to try it this weekend and, let's try it.
Me too. And that's exactly it. So, and next week, we might not get our juices and stuff until next week, but to give it a go. And I'll definitely post the results and stuff too. So thank you so much, Shauna, for doing that. And thank you, Ashley, for hopping on here and sharing so transparently, so honestly. I really appreciate both of you. I appreciate everybody that participated in the challenge, and I look forward to doing it again. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Matt. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.